Hi folks, welcome back to Chalk and Smile. Today, that is 26th of November, is a very special day for us Indians. Do you know why? Well, it was on 26th November 1949 that the Constitution of India was adopted by the Constituent Assembly, and it came in effect from 26th January 1950. By now, you already know what this video is going to be about. Yes, it is about the Constitution of India. So let's get started. In this video, we are going to talk about what the Constitution of India is, the influences from other constitutions, its structure, the Constitution and the government, basic principles and main characteristics. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of the Republic of India. It is a written document that establishes the structure, procedures, power, and duties of the government and mentions the fundamental rights, directive principles, and duties of the citizens. Ours is the lengthiest written constitution in the world, which took around 3 years to come into existence. The constitution declares India as a sovereign, socialist, democratic, and republic with the parliamentary form of government. The Constitution of India has a federal as well as unitary system. In the federal system, the power is divided or shared between the state and central governments, while in the union system, the power is concentrated in the central government with the subordination of state governments. Now let's look at the constitutions of other countries that influenced our Indian constitution. Constitution of UK influenced the parliamentary form of government. Constitution of United States Federal influenced the structure of the government. Irish Constitution influenced the directive principles of state policy. Australian Constitution influenced the freedom of trade and commerce. French Constitution influenced the ideals of liberty and equality, while the Canadian Constitution influenced the distribution of powers between the central and the state governments. The Russian Constitution influenced the fundamental duties. Germany's Constitution influenced the provision of the emergency. South African Constitution influenced the amendments of the Constitution, while the Japanese Constitution influenced the due procedures of law. Now let's talk about the structure of the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution is the world's longest for a sovereign nation. At its enactment, it had 395 articles in 22 parts and 8 schedules, at about 1,45,000 words. The Constitution of India begins with the preamble of Constitution as a brief introductory statement that sets out the guiding purposes and principles of the document. The parts include Part 1, the Union and its territory, 2, citizenship, 3, fundamental rights, 4, directive principle of state policy, 4A includes fundamental duties, 5, the Union, 6, the states, 7, the states in the B part of the first schedule, 8, the Union territories, 9, the panchayats, 9A, the municipalities, 10, the scheduled and tribal areas, 11, relations between Union and the states, 12, finance, property, contracts and suits, 13, trade and commerce within the territory of India, 14, services under the Union, the states, 14A, tribunals, 15, elections, 16, special provisions relating to certain classes, 17, languages, 18, emergency provisions, 19, miscellaneous, 20, amendments of the Constitution, 21, temporary, transitional, and special provisions, 22, short title, date of commencement, authoritative text in Hindi, and repeals. The Constitution and the government. The Indian government is divided into 3 distinct but interrelated branches, which are the legislative, executive, and judiciary. They function within their own spheres, demarcated under the Constitution. In other words, the doctrine of separation of power has been implicitly recognized by Indian Constitution. The legislative includes the Parliament of India, the President of India, and the 2 houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The judiciary includes Supreme Court of India, which consists of a Chief Justice and 30 associate justices. The executive includes the President of Executive India, Vice President, Cabinet, and Executive Department agencies. Basic principles of the Constitution. There are at least 8 main principles that are embodied in the Constitution, which form the foundation of the political system of India. These include sovereignty, socialism, secularism, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, judicial independence, federalism, and cabinet government. The main characteristics of the Constitution of India includes it being the longest written constitution, it's rigid as well as flexible, the preamble of the Constitution, fundamental rights and duties, directive principles, parliamentary system, and judicial review. In conclusion, we would say, thus, we can see that the Constitution of India is a monumental document embodying the framers' vision for a democratic and just society. Its comprehensiveness, covering fundamental rights, directive principles, and intricate governance details, distinguishes it as one of the world's lengthiest constitutions. Enduring and adaptable, it continues to steer the world's largest democracy, forming a robust foundation for India's diverse and dynamic nation. With this, we come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and do let us know if you want us to do a detailed video on the Constitution of India explaining the different sections. Thank you.